Bajuni is the little tribe, I would say the minority tribe that based in South Somalia. Yeah, it is true that there's no many Bajunis left out there in Somalia, because it's not much safer for them like to stay there. The war started when I was 14. Yeah. So I left there when I was 18 and came to this country when I was 20. When I lost my father back in 95, and in 94 I lost my brother in 95, and then I just said to myself, like, there's no point of me staying there. I could be next anytime. So well, basically my mother decided to ship me out. Yeah. I didn't even want to come here. I left there like back in 96 to Kenya, because we just on the border. We just crossed the border by lorries. So when I got there, that was like late 96. I was there with my uncle 97, and the things that like broke loose again, like the same thing like Somalia and getting killed in Kenya, so we have to flee. And then it was a lot of us like start flying, like going like different directions. And then that's how I ended up up here. But yeah, I didn't even planning like I'm going like to London and where. It wasn't part of my plan. I was doing good between 98 to 02. I was doing good, like going college and everything. And then from 02 I got kicked out of house. And then like start getting mad. Or obviously like me sleeping rough in the streets and in the parks and everything, like for nearly 3 years. Yeah. I think I might as well say that that's how the government wanted. Because if they didn't want me to like sleep rough and everything, they could just give me like work permit and just go and work and pay for your own rent. I used to go for like 2 to 3 days with, well, nothing to eat. I used to travel like from North London to East London just for £5. Just like walk from like Enfield to Leighton, just go and get £5. That was like kind of mad. You see what I'm saying though? So basically, for certain point here and certain reason, I was thinking that this is even harder than it used to be in Somalia. You see what I'm saying? Like in Somalia, yeah, like you don't have to know no one. You can just go and knock and ask for a water or bread, and they might give it to you if they've got any. But here, you can't even ask you can't ask your next door neighbor. Yeah, so I thought things were much worse than in Somalia, but for some point I didn't give up. And that leads me into trouble as well, so I had to go like doing drugs and emptying there, which wasn't my option anyway. I was alright because I was doing my own things. Like I went back to college because they didn't want to pay for me, and so I had to pay for my own fees. Like I went back to college, like pay my own rent and everything. So basically I was alright. I wouldn't say I was alright, and I wouldn't say it was the right things for me to do. So, but from them leaving me in the street, I would say no. I'd rather do this and get a shelter. Got like 6.5 years sentence, and that took me from 05 to 09. But basically March 09. That was the end of my sentence, and before I went jail, like I went back college and started doing good again. So when I went prison, and then I was, this is time for me, because there's free education here, like on road I used to pay for myself. And then like I started getting back college indoor, like in jail. Like doing college in jail, I was doing good. And then I started like all in 06. And then it was in summer 06 when they started these competitions, like it was like Quran competitions, and that was in HMP the Mount. I was doing religion stuff, like Islamic studies and everything. I was trying to like go deep, and then got shipped out from HMP the Mount to HMP Guys Match. That was in '07. There was no imam there, and there was large population of Muslims. But unfortunately, there was no imam there. I knew people from the Mount, and they recommended me that because you're this and that, why don't you just, So basically, I took over, and things start getting. I wouldn't say wrong from there because I was doing the right thing anyway, but it was wrong to them. I reached a certain point, like people don't go to, when they have problems, they don't go to the office, they don't go to see the officer, they come see me. So I have to go and speak to the officers. They didn't like it. They thought like I was trying to like jump into their position, innit? Yeah, in a way I was doing the positive things, but at the same time I was negative into their points of view. They shipped me out again from Guys Match again to HMP Gloucester. That's another B-cut. When I shouldn't even be on B-cut, they trick me. They like, oh, because back then I've already finished my time in it. They say to me, oh, Mr. Ali, you're getting released today. So pack out your thing and everything in. I was like, okay, I'm getting released. They even gave me like an address to go to, like, oh, you got your flat, rare. When I go to the reception, like everyone get released apart from me. I was like, why am I still here? They're like, oh, you're not going nowhere. And I was like, why? They're like, the screw goes to me because you're getting deep. I'm like, what are you talking about? What my paperwork don't even say that, they even mention that I'm getting deep. They're like, well, that's what I know so far. I'm like, okay, then just deep me then. And then they're like, oh, after a little while, well, we can't deep you, but we can't let you go as well. And then I went to him like, well, so what are you planning to do with me like that? We're gonna ship you out to another jail. So I start getting mad. Why am I getting shipped to another jail? Well, I've already done my sentence. That was after my sentence, like from '06 to '10. Why are you still like keeping me here? And then you can't even deep me, like. So they shipped me out to Dorchester. That's another B-cut. When I got there, that's where I met this NMI5. Yeah. So basically that was about my like fourth jail working as a imam. And then one day I was told like, you're getting visits. I didn't even know who it was, and then I went there, and it was one of them lot, and MI5. I didn't even know what MI5 was anyway. I'm like, yeah, so how can I help you? What do you want from me? Then they start asking me questions, and they're like, do you know so and so, I'm like, yeah, I know these people. Like, okay, what's your link? Like, what's your connection with them? I say, yeah, they're my brothers, like Muslim, like we all brothers. And how do you know them? I'm like, yeah, I see them on the news every day, like. And I was.
Who were they talking about?
Well, they gave me like some pictures like Mullah Omar and Osama bin Laden name, lot. Yeah. Yeah, obviously I recognize some of them, innit? Yeah. I was getting vexed because I was doing like extra time on my sentence when I shouldn't be there. Yeah. So they didn't like the idea of me going rude. Sent me back to my cell and then like bang me up. So after 9 months extra, they shipped me out to what's the detention in Hereford, where Finger is? Combrook. Yeah, they shipped me out to Combrook. I was like, yeah, they're like, yeah, you're getting deep tonight. I was like, okay, that's what I've been waiting for. And then in the morning, they're like, oh, we couldn't leave you last night, right, you're gonna have to go back to prison. I was like, yet again, I'm going back to prison for no reason like this time, innit? Like, I've already done my time. And this is getting to 4 years now, over 4 years in jail when I should have done like 3 years, or 3 years and 3 months. So now I'm over like 4 years, still there. So, what basically I didn't want to go to prison. So they kind of like catch-22 situation. They can't send me to prison, and they can't deep me. So they had to send me to another detention center, and that's where I went like for another year or something. There's another guy, Haji. I met him in detention center when he's done like extra year in jail, and he had 2 years in detention center. I left him there like with extra 3 years. I left him there. That was like 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. And I was talking to this other guy like, last week, like almost 2 weeks now. And he was telling me like, Haji's still there. So that makes him like 5 years now. Yeah, they keep saying like, we're illegal. But they keep saying like we're illegal on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, they're trying to say everyone got a right to liberty. But it don't seem that way. It don't seem that way because other people don't have the right to liberty. Like, as I say to you, like, Haji's still there for like 5 years now in detention center. That's even long enough for you to work out. Like, for if you wanna like send him back to his country, it shouldn't take that long. It should even take 2 months, let alone 5 years. So basically, the system in this country don't work to the right. Since I came out of jail, I came out 10. I used to go sign on like twice a week, every Monday and Thursdays. And every time I go there, I get reminded like, oh, we might like throw you back there anytime, rah. I'm like, okay, just do your things when you're ready. And I used to go there like twice a week. On top of it, I was on tag that I had to be in the house like every morning, like from 6 to 10, and in the evening from 6 to 8. Yeah. So it was like that for good 14 months. Here in section 4, it's alright. Like me, what you can see, like I'm in a single room. But the rest here, it's double bang up, like you've got 2 people. And then it's not that good for like grown man, like 2 grown men putting them together. And yeah, where you can see like in other rooms in a like 2-man bang up. But me, they can't put me in a double bang up because basically I was classified as a high risk when I was in jail. There was certain time like I would say I was fighting for my freedom. So I was protesting in it. I didn't want to eat. And that was the time they classified me as a high risk because I didn't want to eat. And then the only reason that I didn't want to eat because they put me in jail. Over time, I wanted to get out. I was like not fighting to get out, fighting to get to detention center. Do you get the point? I'm not fighting for, I don't want you to let me out. Don't let me out there. Just send me to detention center. That's even worse than prison for some reason because you don't have a release date there. In prison, you know that when you're getting out. But in detention center, not release date. So you just here until when they decide that, oh, now you can go out.
So because you were protesting and fighting for your rights, they basically tried to say you was mad?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, they just want you to keep quiet and do nothing. And that's what happened to other people. Like, cause when I was in Dorchester, there was this guy, Yusuf. Yusuf, he came to this country when he was 2. When he was 2, like, what basically too, he know nothing about his country. He's from Nigeria. He was just sitting there like and do nothing. I'm like, well, you shouldn't be like this. So basically, from me helping other people, and then, yeah, classify them as a high risk because I was trying to like open other people's eyes. I came to the point I was like working for prison magazines, yeah. I was like, and then I was like to fling other stuff in it, like the screws didn't like people like other people's stories I would put in the magazines. They didn't like it, so they had to sack me. I got this sack. Yeah, they sacked me from working there because I was like putting other people's stories, like this is what they do, rare. Yeah, they have to sack me. Here I am, 2012, going back to court next year, early next year, and then I don't know what's next. I don't know where I'll be heading after that. Well, so basically, I've been waiting for my deportation since 2000. That's when my case got refused, back in 2000. And I was told that I'm gonna get deported from 2000. That's 12 years on, I'm still waiting for my deportation. 12 years, still waiting for it. So, yeah. You got that these British people or British community or some so-called British keep thinking like, oh, all these migrants come here like taking over everything. No, we don't. We don't. We're struggling and striving. Like, we're struggling hard. We don't, I myself personally, I don't want to get put in section for accommodation like for all this time. Obviously, I'm a young man, innit? Like, I could just go out there and work for myself. While you keeping me in here, like, and give me like £30 a week, what is it gonna do to me? On top of it, you don't even, give me money, I don't get no money. Giving me like, vouchers and then go to Tesco and get this and that. That's nothing. That's nothing. So basically, they need to open up their eyes and like think again. We're not here to take over their jewels and their houses, whatever. No, we want to work for ourselves, but we weren't given that chance. I think what British people should step on our shoes to see how we feel first before they put down the judgment, like thinking like you look this and that, because we're not like that. I think we need to sit together and work together to get things sorted. I think that's the only way we can make it. If it's not like that, they will make it, we will make it. So it's gonna keep going on and on like this, forever. Yeah, we need to sit down together and change the system.